Have you ever wondered why the Century Matrix assessment costs $69 US? It's a fair question. I get asked this a lot, and I would love to explain. When people see an online assessment, they sometimes think they're paying for a questionnaire, but they're not. They're paying for decades of research, clinical experience, and practical application. The Century Matrix was born out of my frustration during my PhD research. The Century assessments at the time weren't simply not giving me the information that I needed to help my clients. So I decided to build something different. And this was already in 2005. Every single question was carefully designed to measure each Century system independently, while also showing how all the systems work together. That means the report don't just tell you what your Century identity looks like, but it tells you where your Century input should be increased, decreased, or better managed. That level of detail took years to develop. The assessment was refined using thousands of client experiences, extensive therapist feedback, focus group, and continuous clinical application. Then came the report. The 25-page report doesn't simply describe your results. It provides practical strategies that you can start to use immediately. As an occupational therapist, one of the things I dreaded most was writing my reports during my clinical years. They took hours and hours. With the Century Matrix, the report is generated instantly. That saves practitioners an enormous amount of time and allows them to spend their energy where it really matters, helping people apply the information and create meaningful change. People often compare it to other online assessment, and that is the right comparison to make because many personality and psychometric assessments are priced similarly, yet Century Processing gives you something incredibly practical. It helps us to understand how our brains and our nervous system responds to everyday life. It influences how we work, how we learn, how we parent, if you are a parent, how do we lead, how do we build relationship, manage stress, and regulate our emotions? And we are also continuously to invest in research. I analyze new data, I work with my statistician, and I keep strengthening the scientific evidence behind the Century Intelligence Framework. The investment doesn't stop once an assessment has been built, and not to even talk about all the IT development cost and resources. I usually ask people this: how much would you spend on dinner with your friends, or going to get a haircut, or a manicure? These are all wonderful experiences, but they're over in a few hours, and then you repeat them again and again and again. The insights of the Century Matrix can benefit you for years. You can revisit the report whenever your life change, when your work change, your family change, or your stress levels change. So is the Century Matrix worth $69 US? I genuinely believe that it is. It's changed my life, and I promise you it can change yours. It's not an assessment, it is understanding yourself, which is one of the most valuable investments you'll ever make. And if you are one of our licensed Century Intelligence practitioners, you'll receive the assessment at a significantly reduced rate, making it possible to offer this powerful tool to your own clients while building a sustainable practice. Because the more people who understand their Century identity, the more lives we can positively impact.